रेमनेट तो अभी रेमनेट से आया था लेवल 6 रेमनेट से आया चलो पर दो में दिक्कतें आई यार चीज में
Alright, okay, so I'm gonna try something different this time. I'm actually gonna, because the longer crushing games are really long, like they're 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 22 minutes. I'm gonna try and make them faster for one, and just see what you guys think about them, while I give you like a breakdown of what we did throughout the entire game. So me and Pacino, at this point, I think I already have my 30 crushing stars, and this is the game right after this. Pacino did not have 3 crushing stars on Remnants. So we played with a couple of friends, and I got me my 30 crushing stars, and I decided to help him out before we called it a night. So what he was saying was basically that I think doing remnants with just the 2 of us on crushing would be pretty hard, because the siege is a pretty hard part of the game, which is true. But let me now start walking you through my loadout, right? So the number one thing that is the most important thing I would think in my loadout is actually the hardened, because I think if people flinch you so hard with their guns, whatever guns they are, it doesn't matter if you have an M14, a Power 9, an FAL, or anything that you're good with, because if you get flinched so hard that you can't even shoot, then the rest of it does not matter. And so I like to combine Deadeye 3 and Hardened, but the truth is, between Deadeye 3 and Hardened is obviously better, because it doesn't matter if you have a Deadeye 3 bonus if you cannot get enough shots on them. Like, if you keep getting flinched, there's no point of that. So Hardened 2 was the number one thing on this loadout of mine. The second most essential thing would have to be Enhanced Radar. It depends, if you could have it only by yourself, all 3 of you could have it, it's up to you guys. But I think I prefer to have Enhanced Radar on, just so I can always know where people are coming in from. So I have Enhanced Radar 2 on Hardened 2. That's 2 and 1 in terms of priority. Then after that, let's say, I think after that the priority in this map, any boss map, would have to be Lock and Load for me, because as you will see later on, I use the Agarwal, because the Agarwal is really high damaging. It's a really high fire rate as well, and if you just keep shooting them in the head, it has an infinite clip. So you don't need to have something like a Stoner or something. If you are going to use a Stoner, or you prefer to use a Stoner, then you could probably do with anything else besides Lock and Load 2. I think Lock and Load 2 is pretty good, mostly for bosses, but obviously you can use it throughout the entire game and throughout the entire level. So Lock and Load 2 would be after Hardened 2, Enhanced Radar 2, Lock and Load 2 for the boss fight in this game. After that, it would have to be Prize Fighter 2, because actually no, you know what, after that would have to be Deadeye 3. Deadeye 3 obviously gives you the headshot bonus, which is why I have it. Prize Fighter 2 is what you just saw, the entire fight scene, that sequence that we had before this. It was headshots and it was pistols and headshots only, or something, pistols and melee only, or headshots and melee only, something of that sort. So for those kinds of games, and especially on crushing, where people flinch you so hard and there will be like so many of them coming in at the same time, I think Prize Fighter is really good, but you just need to go and mash square and get some easy kills in there. Now, the siege is the hardest part of the game. I have an M14. I do have we both have an Eldorado as well. I'm just trying to stay alive. I'm trying to let him take the front part while I have the back part. There's this one guy at the back who's being a pain in the ass. So I'm not gonna move out, because the second you move out in co-op crushing, they wreck you. Well, it doesn't even have to be crushing. In any co-op, they instantly wreck you, because it's the AI, it's not a human being. And coming from PvP or playing normal Uncharted Deathmatch and everything else, I move out when I'm like 90% recovered and my screen is still black, but I know in the next frame of the game it's gonna start becoming colorful again. But the problem with PvE or in co-op is that the AI doesn't miss, so it doesn't matter where you move out from. You might be behind 3 boxes, but they'll still shoot you behind those 3 boxes. So the siege is the hardest part. I did use my Dorado up there to finish it off, and thankfully we're done with that side of the map. I'm using an FAL. I'm not quite sure. I think he's using the I am using the M14. I think he's using the FAL. It's pretty easy. We're trying to get the saviors first, so that the savior doesn't revive anyone. Because as you can see on crushing, the savior instantly throws the med pack and picks them up immediately. There's no circle or bar that needs to be filled like we do in PvP. So it's pretty easy to kill these guys. Going for some easy kills. Get a lot of money for using lock and loads, headshot damage as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it about the boosters. I'm trying to think. The siege is the hardest part about this map. I can't really think of anything else about this map. Okay, yeah. When we move into it, I'll let you guys know. So it's Markman right now. My strategy for Markman on any game, on any map, is actually to use a heavy weapon. Now, it doesn't matter really. You could use a Harbinger. I prefer to use a Harbinger. You could use a Barok, or you could use a Stoner and stuff, but I like to use like long range guns. So the Barok and Harbinger are really long range guns for the Markman, because they like to stay behind 3 or 4 boyfriends of theirs. So I prefer to use something like the Barok and the Harbinger, and I'm also using the M14. As you can see, this is the first time that I've ever been here. Pacino said that this is a good spot. Basically, everyone comes in from straight in front of you. Now, the problem with Jin, and I honestly think that this is a bug. I don't think Naughty Dog meant for the Jin to be like have like complete iframes, like complete invincibility frames. Like as you can see, his movement is fast enough, but if you shoot him where he is traversing or where he is moving, you should be able to connect shots with him. I think that this was a glitch, because as you can see, I'm shooting like a million shots at them, but just because they're in the Jin animation thing, it just does not seem to connect. As you can see, I used the Barok right there to finish him off immediately. In case you guys do not know this, certain AI have red helmets. Like they have red helmets and they have a red cover underneath their helmet if they have their helmet on. So those red colored ones means that they're heavy weapon AIs, heavy weapon brutes, or whatever you might want to call them. So if you see those guys are generally the ones that you want to try and take off first, and you want to try and use your heavy to take them out so you can use their heavy afterwards. Once again, just waiting back here, just waiting for the markman to come up. I think. Yeah, so this is where I said that, you know what, this guy just is not moving up. I think we should start moving up right now. So still moving in. There you go. And what did I use? I used an Indra. Okay, not bad. So look at this guy being a fucking pain in the ass. Now I still have a Barok. I think I'm gonna use it. There you go. 2 easy kills. Like you saw how close I was to dying, and I just used the Barok and saved myself. Once again, now this is PvP versus PvE. Like in PvP, we both would have a disadvantage. Like I'm trying to shoot exactly where I think their head should be, but apparently I can't shoot them, but they can shoot me. That's the difference between PvP and PvE, and this is something that I really had to start learning, or you know, look again, the Barok just basically ending the game. If you during a Markman game, you really want to go purely for the Markman itself and just finish him off immediately. I mean, to the best of your abilities. If you finish that, the round is over and you don't really need to care about anyone else. What do I take here? I refill on my... Oh, it's a Jin enemies again. Okay, so I think... Okay, do not pick up the Harbinger either. So that's my... as you can see, the controller keeps on disconnecting, and the controller disconnecting is actually my Xbox Elite controller. Now, I just want to mention this as well. The reason I'm using Prizefighter 2 is I'm not really used to the right joystick on my new Elite controller. It's pretty good, but I don't have a Control Freak on it, so I'm not really as good as I was on my PS4 with the Control Freak on it. So I cannot get as easy headshots as I would have liked, which is why I actually use Prizefighter on the headshots and melees instead of going purely for the headshots. So it depends on, if you can get headshots all the time on all targets, then you don't need to use Prizefighter, and you can save those loadout points for yourself. I prefer to use it. I'll show you guys, or I'll talk to you, like I'll make a walkthrough on River where the Prizefighter thing is absolutely mandatory for me, and I think it would be mandatory for 90% of you guys that cannot get headshots on demand. So let's just take a look. So the Jin, like, as you can see, the Jin just Jinning, and the what is that? The Choker just Jinning, and they just walk through your shots, which is like, it's basically just cheating. But yeah, moving up a little bit to try and get a couple of shots off. Taking a look at what's going on. 5 kills left. This guy's moving in. I think it was weak, which is why I backed off. Oh, I didn't back. Okay, threw his Dorado out, because for the next scene we need to have an Indra. Now here's the thing. I want to talk to you guys about boss kills. So we came up with the strategy of 2 people having Indras to slow down the bosses, and 1 person having a Dorado to again throw immediately at the boss, because what happens on crushing is you can slow down the boss, but there's so many big adds, so many powerful adds, that you just cannot stay there and, you know, just pack a punch in his face. So what the Dorado does is actually it moves everyone. If you notice, you don't genuinely get a lot of kills, but you start moving people away and you start clearing the air so that you can breathe. So that's where we use 1 Indra and 1 Dorado. Now, at this point, I think me and Pacino both started using Indras, which I thought maybe might be a mistake or not, but I think it turned out well for us. So I'm just going to show you guys what happened here. So I did pick up a Stoner. I'm not quite sure why, because I do have lock and load. I'm not even sure if I actually picked up the Agarwal. That's generally what my gameplay is. I think I did. No, wait. I don't think I did right now. I think I do it afterwards. Let's just take a look at what happened. Oh, so there you go. So it's his Indra first, and then I just, you know, start veiling on this guy. That's it. Non-stop, 398 damage. So I'm still shooting at him and just trying to back out of the of his Indra, the boss's Indra. Getting shot, so I'm just gonna start backing out. There's no point with just the 2 of us, you know, risking a death and having to waste a lot of money to team revive. So I start backing off, trying to get some easy shots on him while his teammates are not there. Now I'm waiting for this guy to... Now look at him. There you go. And now it's my time to use it. So I wait for the boss to teleport. The boss teleports much faster and much quicker and sooner than his teammates can reach him. So take advantage of that, and as soon as he teleports, you know, get him. As soon as he teleports, get him. Now this guy was a pain in the ass, just punching me randomly. I need to actually mention this in a certain guide, but I'll tell you guys right now. During rolling, you guys have invincibility frames or iframes. If you roll, if you press the circle button, no AI can shoot you, no boss, no AI, nothing can shoot you. And if it does, it's mostly lag or it's a bug. But ideally, during rolling, you can see me roll through a fucking boss and nothing happens. Okay, there you go. So this is the Agarwal lock and load like I'm talking about. Look at me. Just unloading non-stop, and this guy is not even... That's it. It's over. So we're both pretty happy. 1156 for a 2-man run on Remnants at Crushing. That was a pretty good game. I don't think I missed anything. The Indra, the other thing that, like I mentioned before, you guys... During these boss fights, you have to keep on going to the box, picking up Indras and Dorados, and then keep coming back. Whether you're 2-manning or 3-manning, you have to keep doing the same thing again and again. Make sure, if you know that this is the run that you're going to go try and get the Crushing 3 stars on, then make sure you guys use both even cheaper Mysticals and cheaper Mysticals, and the amount of... The cost of the Mysticals is going to be like dirt cheap. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. This is something new at 1.5x the speed. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.